This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a hiking video or a camping video or something like that. This is me showing you all of my bass fishing tackle for 2021 for the whole year. Now, obviously, fishing is not the best right now, so I'm not going fishing, which is why I've been doing other kinds of videos. So you're going to have to stick through me until March. Stick with me until March, and I think we'll be okay if we make it. Anyway, we'll start with a combo. This is my bait casting combo. This is a Lojo Speed Spool LFS, and it has 20-pound braid on it. It's a 8:3:1 gear ratio, I believe. Very good reel. And this is on a Ugly Stick 6.6 medium heavy rod, I believe. And then I actually have a lure tied on here that I will show you. This is just one of my lures I happen to have laying around. This is a Googan Squad thick jig. I believe it's a casting style jig. Really good looking lure there. Now, that's my only combo that I have right now. I'm going to be getting a spinning combo hopefully soon, but that all just depends. Now I'm going to start on the top half, or I guess I can start right here. These are my pliers. I don't know what brand, maybe DeWalt or Stanley, something like that. These are just my fishing pliers I use every time I go because you're going to gut hook a fish eventually. So these are some Zoom trick worms, June bug, not very many, and some Sakoshi bugs. Here we have some Googan Squad swim baits, saucy swimmers in the 3.8-inch version. Empty bag of Weston stick baits. I have this, I believe this is like a drop shot kind of bait, something. These are some Heart Tackle shaky head rattle worms. Oh goodness, I have a random craw. Very good bait. I have some more Zoom trick worms. These are watermelon red. Probably my favorite color. Oh, let's get the last of those out. Okay. I have some Heart Tackle rattle chunks for the trailers. That's watermelon red. Yes. Some Zoom Ol' Monsters. Perfect for Texas rigging. Perfect for Texas rigging. I have some just minnows. Or don't know where these came from. Maybe some, I think they're a fluke style bait. Just found them. So I have some actual flukes or soft jerk baits, depending on what you call them. These are my big bite baits. These are like almost pink. Could just be from the bag, the dye on the bag getting into them. But they're almost like a pink. Look at that action though. When you barely twitch it, the tail just dances. I have Yum Christy Craw in there. And I have some Carl's Amazing Baits. Creature baits, and then I have some more rattle chunks by Heart Tackle. That's it for soft plastics. Well, for that part of my soft plastics. Next I have my terminal tackle. This is a Googan Squad ice box. And I want to say this right now, this is not a paid endorsement or sponsorship by any company, although any fishing company out there, you see this video, I will promote the heck out of your product if you sponsor me. These are some jigs. I have some more weighted jigs here. These are all without skirts. Those are perfect for tubes, like Bass Pro Shops teaser tubes. I have some tungsten and lead mixed Texas rig weights. I believe these are 3/8 ounce, so pretty heavy. Here are some I have some like little itty bitty bass hooks and some size 1/0 Texas rig hooks, worm hooks I should call them. Here are my big boys for big fish. This is a 4/0 or 5/0 heavy hammer hook. And then these are my normal 3/0 hooks, which I use for bass. There's one 3/0 hook, perfect size for like a 7.5-inch worm. And then this is one of the weirdest hooks I've ever seen before. I got it in a mystery tackle box recently, but never used it because I haven't gone fishing since like November. It's been very sad. Next I have some shaky head hooks. Love shaky heads. Probably one of, if not my favorite finesse style bait. I have some circle hooks, good for catfishing, because I actually do go catfishing sometimes in the summer. Kind of weird looking. And then finally I have some more catfish hooks, but these are like for dough balls. That's it for my terminal tackle. I don't have a lot. I actually have a pretty small tackle collection in comparison to some. Another thing I have is this Caro, maybe? Qaro scale. It's a good scale. I mean, it was only like 10 bucks, so it's not great, but it gets the job done. It's pretty accurate. What on to next? Here is a bottle of some of my favorite JJ's Magic right there. Great stuff to put on your soft plastics or jigs, like the jig trailers. Let's try this pouch. Ah, yes, a very, very green pouch. Four or five Googan baits. Again, not sponsored by them. I just really like their products. This is some Googan Kraken Craws in their best color, Blue Baby. Whoo! I mean, maybe Okeechobee Craw is better, but that's a color that absolutely slams. Also, this Strike King Rage Tail and Okeechobee Craw slays them too. Those two baits, I really like blue baits. You'll notice a theme. Yeah, Black Blue Flake Mondo Worm, 10-inch ribbon tail worm. I don't know if you would call that ribbon tail, just a curly tail worm. These are some Googan Slim Shakes. These are the natural color. I just wanted like a trick worm style bait. Style worm, I should say. And I really like Googan Bait's scent. That's pretty much the only reason I get them. They are a little pricey, but their scent makes up for it. And I find that they're very, very salty. And for how like soft their plastic is, they're surprisingly durable. Here's some Googan Bait's Trench Hogs. These are Okeechobee Craw. My favorite color for the Trench Hog, probably. I caught my PB on that exact color, exact lure. I believe it was about 3 pounds, maybe just shy of 3.5. I didn't have a scale though, but most of my fish that I catch are solid 2s, but rarely do they get up into the 3s and 4s. Nothing in there. Also, everything that I have this in is a Piscafun fishing backpack. So if you ever want me to do a review on this big old thing, please tell me, because I will gladly do it, because in the wintertime, I need some video ideas, I'll be honest. Aha! These are my jigs. Well, these are all my tackle boxes, but this just happens to be my jig box. So inside of this, well, I guess, and a chatterbait, but it's a bladed jig. First up, we have a chatterbait, or known as a bladed jig. Very, very good color, actually. Very good for springtime. White and chartreuse. In the spawn, that bait is going to catch me like a 3-pounder. For those of you who live in Florida, that's like an 8-pounder to you guys. Here's a heart tackle football head jig, black and blue with a rattle chunk on the end of that. Whoo! I love jigs. I'm not very experienced with them, haven't caught a lot of fish on them, but I just love them because I know they do catch big fish. So this is an original Z-Man micro chatterbait. This will be good for like kind of finessey, like early spawn, like late March, early April. This is a rattle chunk. Has a little bit of a rattle, not too much. But yeah, look at those claws. Those claws when they dance in the water, that'd be very good looking. So this is a tightrope jig. I just got this in a mystery tackle box recently. So like almost like a football head jig, but also like a shaky head. I don't really know what to call it. Here is a Googan Squad Grass Hero with a saucy swimmer on the end. That is going to do very, very well. Caught a lot of fish on that exact setup right there. And then finally I have just a finesse jig by some generic brand. So that's it for my jigs. Very, very small collection. But this is a small collection, but it's a solid collection. Next is probably my biggest box of crankbaits. I'm going to show you all these one by one, and I'm going to have to untangle every one like this. Oh, it's relatively easy. This is a Rapala dual jointed jerkbait, a shad killer. Very, very good for the quarry where I go fishing at. The quarry where I go fishing at is super clear water, rocky, lots of drop-offs, very deep, perfect for crankbaits. This is another little crankbait, has a rattle, that color. I believe these two are the same, they're just different colors. Like the same, but I believe this is a newer one because it has the plastic bill instead of the wooden one. Next I have these they're skinny crankbaits like this. This is a baby bass color. That'll do really good in like June to May to June, because that's when all of the baby bass have been born. Like there's another style color like that, and they're going to be all real itty bitty, and big bass are going to be looking to eat them. There's another baby bass colored crankbait. So next I have my lipless crankbaits. I have only two of them, but these two that I do have slayed for me. Like well, not slayed. Slayed is a term I use a little too much, but I've probably caught 5 fish off of, well, I'll just explain it to you. See, I don't understand how a hook gets, okay. I have a Bill Lewis original rattle trap, right there. I just hooked into so many things right there. Woo! Ah, wow, that hurt. Yeah. Anyway, love the rattle of it. I mean, just a great bait. I think I've caught 2 or 3 fish off of that, but I just got it in like October. And this is a Googan Squad clutch, which I've had since the summer. This is a citrus shad color, and I've caught 10 plus fish on this. And remind you, I've only been fishing since like March. Like at the beginning of quarantine last year, I started getting into it. These are my Googan Bangers square bill crankbaits. 2 colors, my 2 favorite. One is a sexy shad color, so perfect for your big lakes with shad or where I go fishing. And then this is a crocodile. Why did I say that? I think it's called crocodile craw, actually. Maybe fire craw. It's a crawdad style bait. Very, very, very good. Like, I cannot tell you how good that bait is and how good it's done. Here's my other Googan Squad banger square bill crankbait, but this is the bigger version. It has a square bill, sexy shad color. I love sexy shad color. You'll notice a theme. You have another square bill sexy shad color, but this is by a Booyah, I believe. Yes, right there. He's missing an eyeball. Very, very good crankbait. Very, very good. This I got in a mystery tackle box. It's a craw style bait. This is not a square bill, but just a tiny crankbait by Gordito, or 13 Fishing, but I believe it's called the Gordito or something. I have 2 of the same bait in different colors. You'll notice I always have like a shad, baitfish, minnow style crankbait. And then to follow that up, I always have a craw style colored lure. For my last 2 crankbaits, I have deep diving ones. This dives like 12 feet. It's a Googan Squad Recon. Lots of Googan Squad baits. I went on a little bit of a splurge over the summer. That dives 12 feet. And then this is just your standard fat crankbait. Chartreuse and orange. I love my crankbaits. Probably my favorite baits of all time, but that's hard to decide. Here's my soft plastic tackle box. So, starting off with the top, I have some Carl's Bait and Tackle craws. Just like that. Very, very good looking baits. Very good for trailers. I've caught a couple fish off of them as a trailer. Here are some Googan Slim Shakes in the natural color. As you can see, green, navy, blue almost on that side, and then silver on the other side. How long are these? Probably 6 or 7 inches long. But I really like their stretch factor and their smell and their glitter. All very, very good. Now these are all baits I make. Well, these 3. This is the Crazy Craft Baits sorry, why did I say that? Curly Crawler in 7.5 inch. This is the black and blue color. It's pretty black, but it has a little bit of blue flake in it. And this is the Crazy Craft Baits Super Stick 4 inch, black and blue. I have 2 of those right there. These are all like kind of the defected ones that I use, but they still work. Here is a Strike King Rage Craw, or no, Rage Tail. I always get them confused. They're so similar. Okeechobee Craw. Perfect color pattern. Then this, again, what I caught my PB on. Some trench hogs. Not this color, though. But this is a green pumpkin color. I've caught multiple fish off of that Texas rigged. And now for the most versatile bait of all time. The Googan Squad Bandito Bug. As you can see, I have it Texas rigged right there. Perfect Texas rig setup. So that's probably the most versatile bait of all time. Now here I have some Yum Tequila Sun ribbon tail 7.5 inch. And then I have some very, very tiny swim baits right there. So that was the top. So you can see how many soft plastics I have. Too much. For the bottom, these are more worms. For the bottom I have, I'm going to go through these quickly. I have some Bass Pro Shop 7.5 inch ribbon tail worms. I have some Yum 8 inch Old Monsters. These actually might be the 9 inches. But that's the Yum Old Monsters. Then I have the Slim Shake, or why did I say that? The Trick Worms and June Bug and Watermelon Red. And then I have 2 stick baits, or Senkos, for my last 2 baits that I was going to show you. This is the Googan Squad Lunker Log stick bait Watermelon Red, and then these are the Weston stick baits. They look very, very unique. Flat on that side, but more rubberized or whatever on the other side. Just like a Senko, but looks very, very different. Very, very stretchy and very salty. We'll tell you that. And then I'm not going to go into full depth for this next tackle box because it doesn't have much in it, but these are just my top water. I have a jerk bait, and this is 5 inches, and this is the 7 inch jerk bait, a white frog, Zara Spook, Whopper Plopper, Googan Blooper, which is a popper, and a Googan Filthy Frog, which is just like your average frog. Now finally onto the last category of baits. I have spinner baits and buzz baits. I keep them in this Woo tungsten pouch. So in here I have this is a Googan Squad Zinger. It's sexy shag color with a swim bait trailer. This is a Googan Squad, what is this called? The Hummer. It's a black buzz bait. This is a, I'm gonna do like 3 at a time here. I have a Booyah double Colorado blade, chartreuse and white spinnerbait. I have a Googan Squad Zinger again, but a lighter size for the sexy shad color. And then I have a bluegill Zinger. For these last 2, these are both, these are all 3 buzz baits. Black buzz bait, chartreuse and red buzz bait, and a itty bitty white buzz bait. Anyway, I know this video is going to be pretty long, but this took me forever to edit. So please, if you enjoyed this video and you made it all the way like 20 minutes in, I appreciate you so much. Please hit the like button, because that helps my video in the algorithm. You don't have to. And other than that, I don't have much to say. Put your ideas in the comments, because I do need some more video ideas that are outdoors related, camping related, hiking related, or fishing related. Other than that, I don't have much to say. I will see you guys in the next upload. Until then, have a great time.